Hello everyone! Welcome to the rigging part of the tutorial. As you can see, we have 5 frames which contain different drawings. The front, 3/4 and side views of the character. To apply the bones, go to Add drop-down menu, Armature, then select Single Bone. Switch to Edit mode, then press S resize the bone. Then on the Data Property tab, Viewport Display, check Display Names and Display in Front. Right-click, then select Subdivide to divide the bone. Select the head of the bone, then press E to extrude another bone for the head. Press Shift D to duplicate the bone, then resize it. Press Alt F to flip the bone, then extrude twice for the arm, the forearm, and the hand bones. Press Shift D to duplicate again, then press E to extrude the shin and the foot bones. Press F2 to name the bones. In order to get the left bones, we need to name the bones on the right side ending with .R. Then we right-click, then select Symmetrize. Shift D again for the pupil bones. In order for the bone to control the character, we need to parent the bones. So select the head, then Shift-select the bone, then press Ctrl P. Then select with empty groups. Do the same for the arms and the legs. Now if you go to the Vertex Group section, you will see the names of the bones. Since we have multiple drawings in different keyframes, we will have to turn on Multi-Frame, then press A to select all. Then in the Vertex Group section, select the bone name, then click Assign. Do this for the head layer, the mouth layer, the eyes layer, and the hair layer. Now let's switch to pose mode and test to see if the rig is working. Alright, go to the arm grease pencil stroke. In the hand layer, turn on Multi-Frame and press A to select all. Then in the Vertex Group section, choose the hand bone, then click Assign. For the arm, select the points of the upper arm, then assign to the arm bone, then press Ctrl I to invert the selection. For the lower arm, assign to the forearm bone. Do the same for the other arm. For the leg, in Edit mode, select the points of the thigh, then assign to the thigh bone, then select the points of the lower leg, and assign to the shin bone. Do the same for the left leg. Move to the shoe layer and select the left shoe, then apply to the left foot bone. Select the other shoe and apply to the right foot bone. Alright, let's test the rig in pose mode. You can see the body or torso isn't moving since we haven't assigned any bone to it. For the torso, you can assign to the bones as we did for the limbs. However, I like using the lattice method since it's easier and non-destructive method. So go to the Add drop-down menu, Then select the lattice, press S to resize, press S, then X to resize on the X-axis, also resize for the Y-axis. Go to Edit Mode, then select the upper points, then go to the Vertex Group section, then type the name of the chest bone, then click Assign. Press Ctrl-I to invert selection, then assign to the spine bone in the Vertex Group section. Select the lattice, then add an Armature Modifier. Select the armature as our object modifier. Select the torso, then add a lattice modifier. Choose the lattice as the object modifier using the selector tool. Select the rig, then in pose mode test to see if it's working. However, Lincoln has noodle arms and legs, and in order to that, we go to the Bone Data Property tab, then Display as B-Bone. To scale, go to Pose, Transform, then select Scale B-Bone. Select both of the arms, then while holding Alt, increase the number in the segment section. Alright, the bones are now flexible. Do the same for the leg bones. Select all the leg bones, then hold Alt to apply at the same time. Do the same to the bones of the torso. In order to make a turnaround and hand gestures, we create 4 other bones, 1 for the head, 1 for the body, and 2 for the left and right hand gestures. So for the head turnaround, switch to object mode, then select the head. Go to the Modifiers Property tab, then select Add Modifier, Edit, select Time Offset, change mode to fixed frame. Right-click on frame, then add driver. On var, multiply by 10. Object, choose armature. On bone section, choose the head turn bone, then choose local space. Now if we go to our rig in pose mode and move the head turn bone on the X-axis, you will see the head turn. For the body turnaround, select the body, then apply the time offset modifier. But this time we choose the body turn bone on the bone section. For the hand gestures, select the arm in object mode, then apply the time offset modifier. Right-click, add drivers. Then on the Influence drop-down menu, choose the hand layer. We do this since we only need to change the hand layer and not the entire arm on the arm collection. If you rotate the head, you'll notice the body moving. To solve this, switch to Edit mode, then select the head bone, then press Alt-P, then disconnect bone. This might be enough rigging for your character, however, there is one more thing we need to do. We need to create an IK bone and foot controllers. So extrude the foot and the toe bones, then press Alt-P to disconnect them. Extrude another bone, which is the buffer bone, then parent it to the foot. Also extrude another bone at the bottom of the shin bone. Press Alt-P to disconnect. This is the IK bone. To apply the IK constraint, select the IK bone, then press Ctrl-Shift-C, then select Inverse Kinematics. This enables us to control the legs from the foot, which is a lot easier than forward kinematics. As you can see, the whole body is moving. To solve this, select the shin bone, then go to Constraints, then set chain lengths to 2. Also apply a copy rotation constraint to the buffer bone by selecting the IK bone, then the buffer bone, then press Ctrl-Shift-C. Now if you rotate the IK, the foot rotates. To make the foot follow, make the foot a child of the shin bone. Extrude another 2 bones at the bottom of the foot. Select the second bone, then press Alt-F to flip the bone. Unparent the first bone, which is the toe controller. Make the heel bone a child of the toe bone. Now make the IK bone a child of the heel bone by pressing Ctrl-P, keep offset. We want the toe bone to rotate the opposite way when we rotate the toe controller. Change world space to local space. Turn on invert on the Z-axis to make it rotate on the opposite direction. Extrude another bone on the heel. This is going to be the heel bone controller, and another one on the toe, which will be the main IK controller. Select the heel, then select the heel bone, then press Ctrl-Shift-C to apply a copy rotation constraint. Also add a limit rotation constraint on the Z-axis 90 degrees. Also add a copy rotation constraint on the toe rotation bone, targeting the heel rotation bone. Also invert on the Z-axis. Now extrude a pole bone on the knee. Select the shin bone. In the Constraints tab, choose the pole target as the pole bone. If the leg isn't moving when you grab the IK, then switch to Edit mode, then rotate the shin bone a little bit. Now the pole bone can change the direction of the knee and the IK bone works. Alright, it's time to apply the weights. Select the leg grease pencil object, then switch to weight paint mode. Select the foot bone name in the vertex group section, then click on the plus button to apply the weights.